Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today from the Modern King. Let's get into it.
A lawsuit was filed before me to see if the child support needs to be adjusted.
Are you paid a salary?
I am, yes, ma'am.
And what is that salary?
It's $90,000 a year.
Do you have any idea what kind of income that business generates?
I would guess probably 3 to 5 million.
Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we will be taking a look at a woman who tries to abuse the court system by attempting to make a full-time income off her children by taking advantage of her ex-husband.
Aubrey and Adeline Birch. Miss Bobby Jo Carpenter and Mr. Joshua Birch, please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You can already tell before the court proceeding even begins how evil this woman is. I mean, she's just got an evil face, hasn't she? But guys, this is the story of so many men where they get dragged to court and they essentially get stolen from because the now single mother, who oftentimes initiated the divorce, does not want to work, right? And she wants to continue to siphon resources off of the man. Let's see if it works out in this case.
Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can both put your hands down.
Okay, how old are your children?
They are 12 and 14.
Okay, and the current order in your case from 2017 has the child support set at $1,925. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Birch was also ordered to carry the health insurance for the children in that order?
Yes, which is what I asked, which that has been, I guess, resolved and not a part of this. That was my priority.
Now, yeah, we'll address that here in a second.
Remember, she already gets $23,000 a year in child support, yet she still wants more. This woman does not want support. She wants a slave and is trying everything she can to take advantage of her ex-husband. But luckily for him, the judge is having none of it and shuts her down, as we will see in the forthcoming footage.
Do you know if, do you know where Mr. Birch works?
He works at East Texas Truck Center.
Okay. Do you know how much or how long has he done that?
I really don't know. I mean, it's been several years now that he's owned it. I would probably guess, if I was to guess, probably 5 to 7 years.
Okay. And you said that he owns that business?
Yes. He also owns other businesses as well. I'm not really fully aware of what all businesses that he does own.
Okay.
But I do know for a fact he does own East Texas Truck Center, and he does have a business in Nacogdoches and a business in Baytown.
Isn't it crazy how this woman, who is already receiving just shy of $2,000 a month, I believe, is doing all of this time? She puts so much time into researching how she can screw over her ex-husband, but for some reason, she just can't manage to provide for herself. She can literally do all of this research, stalk this guy's life, take him to court, but she's just incapable of working some sort of job. Right? And look at the judge. He knows it. He already knows that this woman is a greedy, awful person who's just trying to take even more money. Guys, imagine getting $2,000 a month on autopilot, probably US dollars as well. I'm not sure if these people are Canadian or US or what the go is there, but you know, there are a lot of countries, people in different countries, that would love to receive 2,000 US dollars a month, right? But this woman, not enough for her, guys. She needs more of his money. Crazy to me how men are still required to pay money to women that they are no longer in relationships with. Downright disgusting.
Okay. Is the East Texas Truck Center, is that his main source of income?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that he's the owner of that business?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you have any idea what kind of income that business generates?
I would guess probably 3 to 5 million. I did submit, and I'm not sure if you received it yesterday. I did get online and look at the appraisal districts for his property values. Did you receive that?
I did receive it.
Okay, so as far as his property values, which, like I said, I can't state as to far as his revenue because it is an LLC and the financial information is not available. But I will say, like, as far as property owned in Baytown, per the appraisal district, it's 1.1 million. In Nacogdoches, he owns 5 properties, 3 of which were just acquired in December 15th, 2021.
Ms. Carpenter, stop.
Yes.
Ms. Simone, I need you to ask questions.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Look at this judge. He's already had enough of this. This wasn't even the question that was originally asked to the woman. The question was, do you know what kind of income he has? She has absolutely no idea. She's saying $3 to $5 million. So she's saying she has no idea, but he owns these properties. Like, to put it in perspective, guys, this woman is dragging this dude to court to try and get more money from him, and she doesn't even know how much money he earns. Why would you be entitled to this kind of money? If you guys were together and he was earning some serious money, you would know what kind of money he was earning. But this woman just has absolutely no idea, right? She sees that her ex-husband is successful or that he's working hard, and she thinks that she can just come back here and get more money out of the guy. And look at this judge. He knows exactly what's going on here.
Sorry.
Okay, you said that he owns other businesses. Do you know what the businesses are, or what the name of the businesses are?
I can, if you look at his LinkedIn accounts.
I don't have that available. Sorry.
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now.
She doesn't even know the name of the businesses yet still wants a cut from them. She did none of the work, but wants to reap the rewards simply because they had kids together. This behavior is truly disgusting. Thankfully, Judge Webster is going to shut her down before she even gets the chance to pull it up.
So, Ms.
I mean, this is the story, guys, of so many of these modern women, and this is exactly why I say it's dangerous to go out there and get married to them and to have children with them, right? Is because they can drag you to institutions like this, and not every time will the judge be so lenient and recognize the fact that the man is essentially attempting to be robbed from. Okay? It's absolutely disgusting to me that this can even occur in the first place. Like, look how greedy this woman's eyes are, man. She's like, yes, give me some more of that money. And this guy's sitting here and he's so done with it. The amount of patience that modern men have to exhibit is downright astounding to me, right? Like, guys have to contain their emotions to such a degree that, honestly, guys, I would probably just start losing my hair if I had to deal with this crap.
Carpenter, this information that you're about to give me is something that you're looking up from somewhere else?
The businesses owned is just from his LinkedIn account, President.
Carpenter, you don't know this information personally. This is just information that you're searching on the internet for.
And also my 14-year-old has told me as well.
Okay, so you can't use that information.
Okay.
Move on, Ms. Simone.
I'm going to go ahead and pass the witness.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if you can find somebody that actually has direct knowledge of what it is that you're trying to do here.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
I will call Mr. Birch. Mr. Birch, would you state your full name for the court, please?
Joshua Paul Birch.
Okay. And you're the father of Aubrey and Adeline Birch?
That is correct.
Okay. And are you currently covering the children on your health insurance?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. And can you give me the cost of that?
$315.97 per month per child through Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Wow, so this guy is paying, a little bit shy of $2,500 a month, essentially, through this woman. And I'm assuming they also have split custody, or she has entire custody. I'm not exactly sure which, right? And this is state-sanctioned robbery, essentially, guys. Like, this is state-supported, government-supported nonsense where the men get robbed from. And I personally believe, guys, that the reason that this is set up the way that it is because the government doesn't want to have to pay for these single mothers. So what they do is they would rather have the men come along and pay for this nonsense. Okay? The fact that women can divorce their husbands, because again, statistically speaking, okay, like, look at these crazy eyes, man. Statistically speaking, the women are the ones leaving the relationship because they know that they can get money from the dude when they leave. It's not because oh, I don't feel heard, I don't feel seen in the relationship. I mean, we can use all the kind of buzzwords that make no sense that we like all day, right? But they're leaving just so that they can rob men of money through the government.
Okay.
So 631.94.
And all right, and where do you currently work?
East Texas Truck Center.
Okay. And are you the owner of that business?
I'm a minority owner in that business.
Okay.
Yeah, see, she has no idea, right? This guy says that he's a minority owner in the business. She doesn't even know what position this guy has in the business. She just thinks that he owns everything and he owns all of these properties and things like this. He probably leases out the places that he has to do his operation of business from. She doesn't even know this. She's just like, oh, well, you know, that piece of land and that shed on there that stores all the trucks or whatever, this is all worth like 1.3 million. She's got no damn idea, man. This is the guy who has put in the hard work to build up his business, and this is somebody who is attempting to steal, right? The fact that this even is allowed to get to the courtroom is something that scares me, and it's something that should scare a lot of guys who are considering going out there and getting married or having kids and things like this, right? Because these women can do this because they feel like it. You understand? They don't need a reason to do this. Women can wake up one day and they can decide that, hey, listen, I want to return to the streets. I want to go, hook up with this guy who's been trying to get me out for coffee, but I have a husband. I want to return to my single life. So I'm going to ditch him today, and then I'm going to take him for his money, and then I'm going to go hook up with that other dude. And that's just completely allowed, that it can even get to this point.
Are you paid a salary?
I am, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is that salary?
It's $90,000 a year.
Okay.
Look how mad this woman is after hearing how much he earns a year. So he earns 90 grand a year. I'm assuming that means that, he pays himself, or the business pays him that amount of money, but perhaps he's entitled to more. He just doesn't want to withdraw it all at once. So perhaps it's company money, but his personal income take home is 90 grand a year. And she's just so mad because she wants more of that money. She sees all of the money. She sees the other things going on. She's like, he has to earn more. But she's just so mad about it because she can't get her claws into money that isn't hers.
Do you own any other businesses besides the East Texas Trucking Center?
So I'm a minority owner in East Texas Truck Center, Inc.,
Okay.
which is not a LLC. And I'm a minority owner in East Texas Truck Center, Baytown, LLC. I'm a minority owner in Keystone Financial, LLC. And I'm a majority owner in Cornerstone, LLC.
And look how she's got a slight improvement of mood here because she thinks that she's going to be able to take him for more money because he's admitted to owning more businesses, right? So she hears this and she's like, yeah, maybe I've got him now because he had to admit to owning more businesses. Can you guys imagine, right? You work your entire life, you finally come across some success, right? You get your business up and running. You're a truck driver, okay? You've been doing this stuff for many years now. You finally start your own trucking business or whatever the case may be. And then somebody who has, looking at this woman, probably never driven a truck in her entire life. Okay, doesn't seem to know what a day of work actually is. Hell, she didn't even know what he really does. She didn't even know the names of these other businesses, and she wants to take all of that from you, right? As a guy who has put in this work and who has put in this effort, I personally find this to be just incredibly disgusting and unjust, right? And luckily, this judge seems to understand that as well, and he's not having any of it. But I could definitely see situations in which this would work.
Do you receive any other type of revenue from East Texas Truck Center besides your salary?
No, ma'am. Unless there's a dividend given, but we haven't given dividends.
Okay. Do you make any income from the Keystone Financial?
No, ma'am. There's no salaries or dividends given from that either. It's a startup company.
And do you make any income from Cornerstone Financial?
No, ma'am. Same thing. It was also established last year.
Okay.
Isn't it crazy, right? Put into perspective this, okay? The things that this man is now listing, I would probably guess didn't even exist when this woman was in a relationship with him. Now, I don't know that for 100% certainty, but based on the fact that, number one, she didn't even know what they were called, and number two, he's not generating personal revenue for himself, and they are both startups, right? That she has no idea what the hell is going on, okay? So this woman is trying to retroactively steal from the guy. I don't even think that she should be entitled to any of the money that he generated while they were together in the first place, to be honest with you. I hold this position, guys, that these women who do this are downright lazy. They are fully capable of getting a job. They are fully capable of supporting themselves. We all know that afterwards, you know, when women go through divorces and things like this, guys, they always have some person's house to crash at. They always have a means of solving their financial problems or people that are willing to help them. This is not the same for men. But what do they do? They take the dude's money and then they try and live off of the dude's money. And if you don't give it to them, they feel like there's an incredible injustice, that's happening here. And they're like, oh, well, I'm taking care of the kids. Hey, maybe if you didn't, number one, fight for custody in the first place, maybe the kids should go to the person who has, you know, some level of financial responsibility rather than the psycho mother who is quite honestly a thief.
Okay. And you said Keystone, when was that established?
Keystone was actually established in 2000. I thought you said Keystone the first time. My
Yeah,
apologies.
I did. I'm sorry.
Keystone was established in 2018.
Okay.
I'm a minority there as well.
And you have not received any income from Keystone to the state?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Did you guys see the little smile that the judge gave while he was describing this? I would argue that this guy was probably lining up the dates while this was happening. He was probably making notes of this and then lining up the dates when they were together and probably realizing that, hell, they were 100% not together when these businesses were formed at all anyway. Right? He can smell the nonsense that's happening in this courtroom.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pass the witness.
Call your next witness.
I have no further witnesses.
The state ref?
Yes.
He's surprised, right? He just went to call another witness. They don't even have any more evidence. They don't have anything to go on. She literally has absolutely nothing. So let's hear what the judge has to say.
The
state ref?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at him, he's laughing.
Your motion's denied. Mr. Birch, Ms. Carpenter, I've just denied the state's motion to adjust the child support in this case. They have to put on evidence to show me that there's some kind of change in income, and I heard nothing that leads me to believe that there's been a change. So the state not meeting its burden is therefore the motion is denied. If any party is dissatisfied, no, that's okay. I don't need to hear anything.
I'm not understanding what's denied, sir. The new order or the old order?
I'm denying the state's. There's no new order, Mr. Birch.
Yes, sir.
You and Ms. Carpenter and the state were not able to come to an agreement. And so
Yes, sir.
a lawsuit was filed before me to see if the child support needs to be adjusted. The laws in this state are very simple. The state or whoever it is that's moving, asking me to adjust the child support has to prove what your old income was, where it came from, and the circumstances behind it, and then compare it to the new information that you have. And I find that the state has completely and utterly failed to do that.
Sensational. That's the word you're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, sensational.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. You know what's crazy to me? Right, so number one, good on this judge, okay? He's probably seen this a great many times. But my thing about this is this. Why is it even possible to adjust the child support in the first place? Let's just say that this guy goes on to, I don't know, make millions upon millions of dollars, right? And previously he was not making millions and millions of dollars. Why does this individual, this critter down here, why does she deserve a cent that comes from the hard work that this guy puts in? That is the thing that gets me about this situation. Why is it even adjustable in the first place? So if you're telling me if this woman can come to court and she can prove that this guy now earns more money, that this guy now has to give her more money. I'm sorry, that is downright diabolical. And these are the same institutions, guys, that are going to be wondering soon, I wonder why it is that all of these, you know, delinquents and kids raised improperly are coming into our court systems and going to jail. I wonder why it is that the birth rates are so heavily declining and we can't get the tax that we want. You know, they're going to start having all of these sorts of problems because they're driving men away from relationships. If this is what awaits for men at the end of relationships, which statistically end and statistically are ended by women, at least as far as I understand, then I don't think many dudes are going to want to do this.
They haven't proven anything to me. They've thrown out some stuff, but nothing with any concrete or significant basis. And therefore, I'm denying the motion because they haven't met their burden of proof.
Yep, get screwed. Guys, that is the end of today's video. Leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you like the outcome of this case. Personally, guys, I am thankful that at least judges like this exist and realize the nonsense that is going on. But I worry for men who go through the same situation and they don't have judges such as this. Guys, we're going to be leaving it there. Make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. And also, guys, just a brief announcement here at the end of today's video. We are recruiting more content creators for Fiend Gang. So if that is something that interests you, make sure that you check out the form for the application in the video description. I don't know how long I'm going to leave it up for, but if you're interested in helping me cover some of this cringe, we are now recruiting. So make sure you check out that application. But guys, make sure you take care of yourselves and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.